beautiful soul. It feels so good to have you here with me today. Something new is about to be birthed in your life, and you have been sensing it, and now the time is now, right? So it's about that series that I did about resting, right? Resting more. Because when you rested, you were opening the doors for more receiving in your life, for more creative energy to enter your life, for more uh, ability to listen to your intuition, which is actually the divine guidance. I'm so grateful that we are sitting in nature here today, and I send you this frequency through the screen, through the camera lens. I encourage us to ground ourselves more, because the more we do, the more we heal at a deeper level. Something new is taking place because you have also been creating room to receive something new. You know the cycle of death and rebirth, the season of the year. When it's time for summer, then we cannot go from winter directly to summer. So there is this transition phase that we call the spring. So it's about allowing that in your own life too, those moments of transition where the old slowly leave place for the new. It's like a death and a rebirth, right? The old has to die, and the new can finally emerge. So that's something new that is ready to emerge in your life. It's about you letting go of the scarcity mindset, you letting go of the feelings like, why is nothing working out for me, and starting seeing the signs of the spring in your life, like those beautiful new flowers that start emerging in your life, right? So that then the trees get the leaves, and you get the greenery again. So it's a slow process sometimes, but it's inevitable that after the winter, the spring will come, and the summer will come, and then we will have the fall, and then the cycle will start again. And it's the way how life loves to work. So in your own life, maybe you have gotten in a period where you felt like everybody is against you, everybody is challenging you, but that phase two is over. That was the winter phase, so to speak. Now you understand more and more how those challenges have helped you in your life to gain more self confidence, that deep self confidence, to learn to validate yourself first from within instead of looking for the outside to validate you. You even notice that all those challenges have helped you to level up and to glow up in your own life. So be grateful for all of that. And for some of you, you haven't yet understood this, that all the challenges in your life are actually here to help you in some way. Maybe to help you to grow, maybe to help you to alchemize those challenges into the blessings in your life. The more you are challenged, then say thank you to those people challenging you, and thank you to your universe, because it's just using those people in order to lead you to your own evolution, to your own next level. So a new phase is being birthed in your life, where now you are starting to see the results of that break that you were taking. You are starting to get the inspiration. Maybe it is a new endeavor that you are going to start. Maybe it is going deeper in something that you were already doing. Maybe it is changing the way how you do things. For example, I love spending time in nature now even more, because I understand how healing it is. Like at a deeper level, at the frequency level, you are really changing your vibration when you spend more time in nature. And that vibration, that high vibrational energy, is the vibration of your highest self. So it is going to create and to attract in your life everything that is high vibrational as well. That means that they are the things that you were here to realize, to bring into reality. Let's imagine that you have a life purpose. That life purpose is part chosen by you, and part are already determined. Understanding like this, the part that are already determined is because they are going to create a huge shift in your life. Talk about those transition seasons from winter to spring, from spring to summer, those are already predetermined. But there is your own sovereignty in it, deciding, oh yeah, I want to enter this spring season in my life now. Your decision to enter that spring season is what will bring you the opportunities, the connections that will help you to materialize that faster. For example, being like, I'm ready to be more wealthy in my life, or to be more connected in my life with high vibrational people, with like minded people, to attract my soul family to me, right? That is your decision first. And then it requires for you that you think that way, that you have the emotions of that frequency, that you will take action in order to go in that direction. The more you do, the more you see things starting to shift around you. You decide that you are not going to be in a fearful mode where you think, oh, it is not safe for me to. I can see the helicopter here, is so beautiful. The, you are not saying, I am not going to take those actions because I'm so afraid, but you consciously decide to get out of the survival mode in order to feel more safe. And the more safe you feel, the more you attract things in your life where you are more courageous, where you understand, oh, it's all I needed to do to feel safe. And now I have all of those beautiful rewards. It's the same how you are going to attract love and be able to receive love in your life. Like the type of love that you have never experienced before. But are you going to allow that? Like, let yourself fall in love. Like in one movie, they say, jump in love. Like you choose consciously to go for that love instead of saying, oh no, I'm too afraid, I will not do this. Right? So, allowing your divine partner to come to your life requires that you open your heart and be ready to receive. And allowing the people that are already in your life to stay in your life, even your divine partner, it requires from you that you develop the ability to maintain healthy relationships. So instead of being just codependent and being dependent on that person just for the moments where you feel low, you both work on elevating your vibrations, because then you have a high vibrational connection. When we talk about the twin flame journey, it is a beautiful journey of self-expansion because it requires from both partners to constantly work on the shadows aspect of themselves, on the fantasies that they have created on themselves, on outsourcing the joy, the love to someone else and say, wow, this person is so cool and that's why I want them in my life. Instead, you start creating those things in your own life, and that is what attract that person to you even faster. But if you outsource it and you say, I want to go towards this person, chase this person in order to feel more joy, more fulfillment, more love in my life, then you repel that person even more, and you don't understand why, and that's why you suffer. So, with the wisdom, the knowledge and the wisdom, you then understand that it starts from within. You start cultivating those feelings of love, of joy, of fulfillment from within. You make room for self-love, for self-trust, for increasing your self-worth, like we were talking in the other video, right? Because all of this is what is going to help you to feel more fulfilled, more complete, more whole in your own. Uniting within you the divine masculine and the divine feminine make you feel fulfilled and whole. I created that video with the archetypes and with the sacred inner union, because that is the thing that will attract to you everything that you desire. Those innovative ideas in business and in life, that love, the divine partnership, the sacred love, that inner fulfillment, that inner peace, that feeling like you feel blissful in this life that has support and challenges. You have equanimity, you have certainty, you are more present, and you are more connected with nature. You can understand the interconnectedness of this whole universe. You understand that it's not about wanting only one side, but it's about maintaining your emotional stability throughout anything that life has to offer you. You also understand that it is constantly about using that life force energy, what we can call the inner fire, but then use it also to inspire other people to be with you on that mission to elevate the vibration, right? Their own vibration. Because when in a community everybody has an elevated vibration, of course the vibration of that community is so beautiful and so good to be in. So the more people elevate their vibration, the more they share their experience so that each other can profit from the experiences of other people and not having to do all the mistakes again. The more we elevate the human consciousness, the more we create something new that didn't exist before. What do you think? How things are created? New things are created. Well, it starts with one person having that innovative idea within and then deciding to bring that into this reality, right? And having people around you who support you in that endeavor, people who have like-minded ideas. Because when one inspiring ideas come, it doesn't come just to one person, it comes to many people, so that we will increase the chance, the probability of who will take that action, that idea, and run with it. We will actually take that and put it into this reality with the emotions that you will feel around it, with the decisions that you will make around it, with the actions that you will take around it, with the habits that you will start developing because of it. It is so important too that we understand the power of our mind. It can be so the, the same thing that holds us back, right? Feeling like, oh no, I cannot succeed in this. Why am I never succeeding in the things that I do? Imagining that you have some kind of chaos where everything can happen when you start something. Yes, it can work, but yes, it can also not work. Take your sovereignty instead and say, I am going to make this work. It has no choice but to work. That is what we call the certainty, right? Because understand that for everything in life, there is support and challenge. There are benefits and drawbacks, meaning that when you have certainty, it means that even when you will have the drawbacks, you will find a way through it, right? Instead of feeling like, oh, this is too much, I cannot manage this, you are like, okay, here is the face of a drawback, I will find a solution to go through it. And the divine inspiration through your intuition will show you the way how to go through that thing, maybe with ease, right? Depending on what you ask. Let it be easy for yourself. Choose it so that it gets to be easy for you. Choose it so that you get to do the things that you want to do, but in a celebratory way, where life gets to be celebrated instead of just being enjoyed. Instead of just functioning through this life with the doings of life, you decide to bring more light, more fun, more ease in your life. It is a decision. And then you ask yourself, how can I make this process easy for myself? This is how you let something new come to life, something that didn't exist before. You let yourself feel safe in the whole process instead of feeling like, oh, I'm so afraid, I'm shaking. You calm yourself with the thought that you will think. So our mind is so powerful, it can make us feel stuck, but it can also liberate us. Imagine that you are constantly thinking something like, this is going to work. I feel at ease. I feel peaceful. I feel blissful. The more you think this and you actually get your body to feel that peace, to feel that bliss, the more it becomes your reality. The more you believe that something is going to work, the more you start seeing the evidences that it is actually working for you. I've learned this the hard way in my life, and I didn't even know when I was in that scarcity mindset, when I let my thoughts take over and make me feel more like, oh, it's not going to work. The more you liberate yourself from that heaviness, it's like you have a version of you living within you which is so depleted, which is so depressed, which is so sick, maybe physically sick even, right? And so you can detach from that version energetically, let her go. She has lived a lot of things that made her feel that way. It is not to judge that person, that version of yourself, But it is okay to let her go, to thank her because she has brought you here. And from her experiences, you have learned so many lessons. It is always about learning those lessons so that you can alchemize them into blessings. And then you share those blessings with other people so that they don't have to go through the same things you went through, right? So, detach energetically, you can imagine a version of yourself leaving your body, right? And now it is time to use self love, self compassion to nurture yourself back to life. The more you take care of yourself, the more you feel alive, the more your life force energy is bright and strong, the more you create new opportunities, new experiences in your life. It's like two different people, right? People who have not met you for a long time will be like, is it you, Ines, for example? They will not believe that you are the same person because the way how you think is so different, even the energy that you emanate. Because when you liberate yourself from that old version of yourself who felt so defeated and depleted, you actually create a new aura. So your energy is different. And the more you spend time in nature like this, the more you get the energy of nature in your aura, meaning that you are like a walking portal when you are walking. You are like nature, a piece of nature that is walking around. The trees cannot work, right? But imagine that you are a walking tree. And when you hug a tree, it is grounding you. So when you become part of nature by spending more time in nature, it's like you are a walking tree, so to speak, but you are so much more than a tree because of how you can alchemize those experiences that you have had into what you actually want using your beautiful soul, your beautiful mind, your beautiful body, right? So nurture your body, your mind, and your soul. Choose consciously what you will feed your body, your mind, and your soul. If you want some courses that will help you to do this, then visit my website, femininerebirth.com. I love to listen to those courses. For example, if I'm doing my skincare routine or doing my hair, I love to put something, a course, a meditation, so that my mind is fed, right? I used to say that when you see horror movies, for example, your brain cannot differentiate if you are actually living that horror or if it's just in a movie theater that you are watching it or on your computer. So be aware of how you feed your mind. It is going in turn to feed your energy, because if, for example, you are constantly in horror, your body thinks that we are in survival mode, and so it will secrete all the cortisol, stress hormone that make you feel like you are in danger. You cannot relax. Hello. But if in turn, hello. If in turn you feed your mind with beautiful things, this is how you will radiate that energy as well with the people that you meet, with everything that you do. You will put your love into that, your soul essence into that. So let that soul essence take over instead of all the things that you are putting in artificially, for example, by watching violence or horror movies. I'm not saying that it is prohibited to watch those things for entertainment purpose. You can watch it, of course, if you want to, but be aware of the impact that it has on you, right? And so when you surround yourself with a message too that is constantly uplifting you, it is bringing you in shifting from that old self that felt depleted, that felt like things are not working, into a more hopeful self that start believing that yes, things are going to work for me. And slowly but surely, you start seeing the synchronicities. You start seeing the signs that support that things are actually working out for you. This is how something new is created from your vibration, from your energy, from the feelings that you will feel predominantly, from the way how you will feed your mind, your body, your soul. From all of this, something new is created that is more high vibrational because you intentionally take the time to create the direction that you want to go. The more you choose beautiful high vibrational things to eat, nutritious things to eat versus junk food, the more your body is rewarding you by feeling more energized, by looking more youthful, by having more vitality and beauty, right? And so it's the same for your mind. The more you feed your mind with things that support your objectives, your dreams, your desires, the more you start seeing around you signs of synchronicities that say, yes, you are really shifting into a new version of yourself. And remember to let go consciously of that old vibration, because else you will be staying in that liminal time, the time where you don't know when we went from winter into spring, or when we start uh, saying we are not anymore in the spring, we are now in the summer. You start staying in that state longer, the liminal space, when you don't consciously let go of the old. Be courageous to say, I am creating a new version of myself, like my course, A New You tells you, right? And then that new version will evolve. You will have new things that you experience and that were not part of your experience before, right? It's okay. The universe has your back. You are never alone in this. Even just the energy of other people who are going through the same things, who are also wanting to elevate the vibration, they are with you. So never feel alone. Your soul, you are all interconnected. Just because of that, you are never alone. Even the energy of the forest is part of that connectedness. We are all of it, right? And all of it is within us. And that's why we call the divine intelligence, the divine is actually all that exists. So instead of feeling like you are afraid of some part of you, like the low vibrations, understand that they are part of you and that you can integrate them. Choosing love, unconditional love, instead of fear, instead of the illusions, instead of the limiting beliefs. This is accelerating the creation of that new thing that is finally arriving in your life. So even the low vibration, what we can call the devil, is just part of who we are. Integrate it. Your shadow aspect is by integrating it that you reclaim your power. You understand that there is only one power, God's power, divine power. And so everything else is just an illusion. It's not about fighting against it. What is there to fight? Like, it's like you are looking in the mirror, you are seeing a monster behind you, and you think, oh, there is a monster behind me, so I'm afraid. But actually, when you turn down to look at that monster, it is not there, because it was just a part of you, right? And so when you shine the light on it, it disappears, just like the shadow. The way to fight the shadow is to bring the light to it. So it's not about fighting with the shadow because it is just a shadow. But when you bring the light, it disappears, right? So elevating our vibration is what we call bringing the light. Recognizing that light within us is recognizing our divine nature. And the shadow is generally tied to our human nature. How can we want to reject that human nature when we have decided to integrate, to be incarnate in this earth as a human, right? So it's about loving our body too, that is part of our human nature, embracing it, integrating it, instead of fighting against it, right? The more we can do it, the more we bring light to those dark areas, the more we can have it like, okay, I love you too. And the more they lose their grip on us, they cannot make us feel afraid anymore. And this is how we can continue to bring more and more light in all the aspects, all the areas that needed that light. This is how we are creating something new, not just for ourselves, but for the whole humanity. Alright, beautiful soul, it has been so much fun to create this video for you. I can always see you in the next video. It's so much beautiful to be here in nature and to see the butterflies that represent that transformation too. Going from the caterpillar state, having that phase where you are in the cocoon, that liminal space, and then finally becoming the butterfly. that beautiful being that is so free, right? So it's not like you can just come and put some wings on a caterpillar and say, fly, you are a butterfly. No, there is a process that brings you from the caterpillar state into the butterfly state. So be courageous to start your process right now if you haven't yet. Some of you are already into that process. Some of you are just in the cocon, and some of you are just starting to use your wings and fly and enjoy life. Let it be easy for you no matter what phase you are in, and let that new thing be birthed through you. I love you so much. I cannot wait to see you in the next video. Until next time, stay very inspired. I love you. Mwah. Bye.